Hey guys, it's Pyron from Simplicity Forums, and I'm here to bring you my first tutorial for HTML and CSS. So this first video actually is just for people who are beginners and who don't know what HTML is, or maybe they know but they haven't actually coded in it. Well, first introduction for it is just basically it's a coding language that's used for creating websites such as this. Another example would be like Google. Essentially, all you have to do is click View Page Source, and you can see a bunch of HTML coding, doc type HTML. All of this is just intensive coding that you guys aren't gonna learn today. But well, anyways, we'll get started with some simple outlines and what HTML is, and then we'll get into some really quick coding. So the first thing you guys want to do is just go to notepad++.org, and it sponsors a Notepad software that's pretty jacked up and on steroids. It's really awesome. I really recommend it for coding in HTML. So just want to click download, and then download the correct package you want. I just recommend clicking this big ass download button. So once you have that downloaded, just simply install it and get everything set up. So this is the software itself. It has a bunch of these tools. We're not going to really go in depth with them because we don't need it that much, because Notepad++ is used for a lot of programming languages, not just HTML. So first things first, we're just gonna click save as, or save since it's a new file. We're gonna save it as whatever .html. Make sure you save type as, and then find the one that says HTML, HTMS, HTML, XHTML, etc. Save it. I saved mine as home in my documents, so it doesn't really matter where you do it. Once you have that done, simply just click back to here and we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to start off with a simple HTML outline, and basically every HTML document has these words on it, and it says doc type HTML. Oh, whoops, there's a little exclamation mark right there. HTML. If you can't see this clearly, it's let me just actually gonna make the text larger for this. Alright, so it's basically a caret, exclamation point, doc type, like that, space HTML. Now what this basically means, it's like a little note to the computer that says, oh, this file is written in HTML, so I'm not going to read it in Java or C++ or any other random language. So essentially that's what it does, and we'll get started with actual HTML. The first tag that's in every HTML file is HTML. I don't know, it's pretty obvious that HTML would have HTML in it, but anyways, so what this is, it's called a tag, and basically means that this section, everything inside of this section to this section, will be part of the HTML document. These are formally called tags, and to close the tag, you would just put a slash. So inside of an HTML document, we have something called head. Now head is basically it's used for putting maybe SEO, Google finding results and all of that, or links to CSS pages, but I'll teach you about that in future tutorials. So after we have head, we're just going to close it off because we really don't need it, and then hit another tab, and then we'll start off with title. Close the title real quick. Now what a title is, it's basically what you see right here. It's Notepad++ v6.1.8 current dash current something blah blah blah. That's what you see on top of the web pages. Not much to it except for that. So I guess we'll start off with we'll just put the title and say it's my cool HTML page. As you can see, it's between these two sections, this open title and closed title. We're going to save that real quick, and when you do Control S or just click save right here. Now wherever you saved it, you just want to go there. I saved mine in Documents. So you go there and you click it when you find it, and I found it. If it doesn't have this little icon right here, what you want to do is just right click and then open with your browser. So we open it up with my browser, and I use Google Chrome because it's just awesome. And as you can see here, it says my cool HTML page in the top right here. There's nothing on the page because I didn't add anything. Right over here is called a favicon, and that's basically what that little icon right here. So I'm not going to teach you about that right now, but it'll come probably in the next tutorial. So second thing now that we're going to do is enter a body section. Now what a body section is, it's just, body section is, it's where you put everything like inside. For example, this would be part of the body, everything right here that you can actually see on the, that's pretty cool. As you can actually see on the website, it's basically like the substance of the website, what everyone wants to look at. We don't really want a crappy body with nothing in it, so we'll start off with just typing a couple things like a title. So for a first title, let's just put H1. Now H1 just stands for header 1, and it's just the largest font that the header tag provides. And I'll show you this in a second real quick. So for header 1, we're going to put in between H1 and closed H1, we're going to put something like welcome to my page. Now click enter again, and then we're going to have H2. We're going to say I hope you enjoy it. You put whatever you want, it really doesn't matter, it's just a bunch of text. Next we're going to do H3. Now before I get on with all of these H's and 2's and 3's and mumble jumble jargons, what H1 stands for is just header 1, header 2, header 3, and the bigger the number here, the smaller the text will be. Alright, so now we'll get on with H3, and we'll say blah blah blah, I really enjoy pudding. I don't know if you enjoy pudding, but I might as well put it in there if you don't really care. But so after that, we'll just do a quick slash body. We'll close the body because we don't really need anything else in it. And so that's just the beginnings of our HTML page. So you can see here, there's 3 headings, a title, and a bunch of other text. So right now, I'm just gonna open that up real quick. Click it. As you can see here, we have header 1, it's bolded, it's big, you can see it pretty clearly. Now you have header 2, it's slightly smaller than H1, but it's bigger than H3. And so there you have it, H1 titles and all that good stuff. The final thing we're going to learn today is what a paragraph is. And what a paragraph is just basically it's where you put stuff or put text. So let's say just put anything random, like put a small little blurb about myself. Hi, I'm Pirate. I enjoy photoshopping and coding. I love to code in HTML and CSS. It is one of my favorite languages. Now we're going to close that off with a /p and then save it on here, refresh the page. As you can see here, there's this little blurb that's not bolded, looks like normal text, looks awesome. Well, in my opinion, because I'm pretty awesome, I think. Besides that, now we're going to have something simple, and it's just going to be caret vr. Now this stands for break, and that just means break as in I just want to put an enter. What break does is, I'll show you real quick, and it just looks like that. Just puts an enter there, puts everything on the next line. So that's it for now for our first tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to Simplicity Cartel.